There's Leland, Randy, and of course Commander Charlie Hobaugh. Here's just the beginning of our OMS 2 burn. Randy making out like a good second baseman there. Finally got unstrapped, got a couple of shots at the ground. The beauty of creation. And just prior to payload bay door opening, there comes the starboard door. And now for the port door.
Robotic arm operators Butch Wilmore and Leland Melvin stowing away the orbit boom sensor system and its three-dimensional laser imaging devices after successful completion of today's inspection activities.
Getting ready for the day, big day of course, a lot of rendezvous burns, rendezvous, ELC unberth and install, UMU prep, a lot of activities. And here's an OMS burn. You see the tail glowing a little orange there.
TCS is good.
Do we have the Hissel by the standby already?
Oh yeah. It's in the locker. Nice. We may need that for the robotics outfit. Really? When's the RPM starts now?
2020, really 2020.
AN, Butch.
AN, I agree. I see you still drifting back. See it at 02 right now, heading to 01.
Correct. Trying to sneak back there.
TCS is good. Lock up one, effector 7.
And I want a negative X dot at initiation, so we got it right now. I'm happy with that. Once we come out of the RPM, we'll have a positive X dot.
All right, station, we're going to start the RPM, ready, mark. Copy RPM, start, mark.
So at 9:52 a.m. Central Time, the rendezvous pitch maneuver begins for Shuttle Atlantis. This backflip maneuver will last about 9 minutes. During this time, Nicole Stott and Jeff Williams, the two flight engineers for Expedition 21, will be inside the Zvezda service module, taking photos of Atlantis.
15 more degrees, Bill.
I agree.
That could not be more perfect. Look at that.
Right up the middle.
Oh, we're going to go Pry A auto. We're A Pry going auto now. All right, Butch, 60, we're going to go KU to on, and we'll get that message, eh?
Inches.
Ready?
2 inches.
Fire.
It's the initial contact. We got capture.
Capture. Station Houston Atlantis, capture confirmed.
No free drift yet. Still steady light. We're free drift.
And Atlantis.
Flashing lights. You see free drift on them too.
Free drift.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job, man.
Nice.
And so hatches opening between the two spacecraft at 12:28 p.m. Central Time today. The Space Shuttle crew of Atlantis joining the crew of Expedition 21 aboard the International Space Station. There's Charlie Hobaugh, the commander of Atlantis, joining with the crew first, meeting Frank DeWinna, Bob Thirsk, Jeff Williams, Roman Romanenko, Max Suryev, and Nicole Stott. The Expedition 21 crew aboard the International Space Station.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're looking live inside the Quest airlock on board the International Space Station as preparations are underway to kick off today's spacewalk a little after 8 a.m. Central Time.
For both suits, your go to continue with step 14.
STS-129 mission specialist Nicole Stott is in there helping out Mike Foreman and Bobby Satcher as they get ready to go.
Bobby Satcher's on the left, going out for his first EVA. Mike Foreman on the right, going out for his fourth EVA.
That's Leland Melvin there at the robotics workstation inside the Destiny laboratory. He's Going to be doing some of that work today as Bobby Satcher and Mike Foreman get ready to go here in just a few minutes. The first task up for Satcher will be setting up the station's robotic arm on the outside, getting a foot restraint ready to go. So Melvin will be watching over that activity with him. And there you see the outer hatch on the Quest airlock coming open.
Hey, Bobby. Quite a view.
Gentlemen are coming out just over the west coast of Central South America.
Beautiful.
Here's a picture of Mike Foreman coming up to the starboard TSA. Early on in the EVA, he's getting ready to do the bolts that will release the NASA antenna and allow them to install on Z1 later on. And while Bobby and Mike were working hard outside, I was slacking off inside, just playing with cameras and keeping track of things. And trying to send you guys some good pictures. There's Mike with his message from Go Navy, Beat Army. Now here's what the starboard TSA looks like in the nighttime. Helmet lights and shuttle lights. Still works out pretty well. Now we got Dr. Bobby Satcher on the arm, heading out to do some lubing on the TSA. Out there against the darkness of space, alone and unafraid. Here he is taking a picture of us as we're shooting him. All right, here we have the highest recorded orthopedic surgery in the history of mankind. And here's our two eminent robotic studs working the robotic arm aboard station, flying Bobby and moving him around to his different work sites. From this next shot, you can see the myriad of displays and controls that they have in the Space Station arm to control that beast.
I think I'm going to turn the bolt 1 or 2 times more.
Well, Bobby, you can see the cup cone is extended pretty far away from it.
I agree. Maybe it just requires a little bit.
It's not extended on the back side.
Can you reach it?
Extended quite a bit on the... Can you tap it in a little bit?
No, it's not. And would you guys want to have us tap with the hammer at all to see if it'll cut loose in the next 7 minutes, or just wait for the night pass?
I think you start tapping now, it'd be great.
Getting close. Like it needs a millimeter or 2 more, huh?
Excellent work, guys. Keep it up.
Freedom.
Awesome.
Great job, guys, thanks.
Took Mike Foreman hammering on the bolt with the plastic end of a hammer, and Bobby Satcher wiggling the brace to get it out. But now that it's free, they can continue on with the deployment of the payload attached system.
All right, gents, it's not over until we repress. Just to have a nice little drive back to the airlock. You did awesome work today. You guys get the official MacGyver Award for all your work on that pass today. That was huge.
Here's our station crew members. They've just installed the new panels in Node 1 with all the mission stickers that participated in the assembly of the space station. Here's a little fly-through of what the station looks like at this point. It gets a little smaller heading into the PMA back to the shuttle, and then you got to take a right turn at Albuquerque. Leaving Melvin on the middeck doing what he does best. Yes, he's eating. And here's Leland doing one of our science experiments. CGBA, he says. Terminating and activating cells. Look
Okay, the day was started out with ELC-2 grapple, getting ready for tomorrow's ELC-2 install. Comrade and I were moving the arm in an OCAS, pretty simple maneuver, got it there pretty quickly, and got the day started off right. Today was pretty much a transfer day, and kind of relaxed from yesterday's great EVA-1, getting ready for EVA-2. We also had some payload activity. Here's Scorch and I installing filters into the ABR system. That's one of the mid-deck payloads that we took up, and we're going to transfer that over to the station today to do some plant growth. And here's Bob Thirsk and I removing the launch bolts from the ABRS and about to transfer it over. Here's Bobby in the gym working on the gym robotic arm. He's sitting here working at the robotics workstation, looking at the SSC. We have some great views out of the gym windows, the two windows there, the forward and the aft window. Just amazing, amazing views. Bobby is a robotics expert here. He's working the PCS and getting ready to move the arm. So he's working on getting it back to the stowed position after doing the Lee lubing. And there's the gym arm out the gym window. It's beautiful. Bobby's becoming the lube master after all of this work. Again, it was a pretty relaxing day, getting our batteries recharged for another fun-filled day tomorrow. Here's Nicole acting as Bobby's, I guess, J2, and while he's working the arm, getting it back to its position. Here we're transferring EMUs out of storage in Columbus back to the airlock. And so here is Randy's EMU. And make sure we don't bump into anything, anyone, and rip off any computers for the robotics workstation or take anyone out. Making the turn into the airlock, and they're going to get it attached and ready to go for tomorrow's EVA. Now they're securing it in the ETA. The HRF, Scorch replaced some of the boards, and they're now checking it out to make sure that everything's working properly.
Let's leave it until we hear from them, because it's not a huge pain to put this thing together.
Got it
Yay,
working?
good job, you guys.
It's fixed. All right, great.
Here's Mike in the airlock getting things prepared for EVA-2. Here's Comrade, they're putting anti-fog in their helmet. Here's our illustrious commander getting ready to do some menial transfer, in charge of transfer, so I'm in charge of Scorch right now. Kind of a circuitous path to get down to the shuttle, going through PMA-1 and from Node 2. Got to make a 90-degree turn, and then we head into the shuttle. This was a PAO event with ESPN and a couple of other stations, and just trying to get someone to throw a football in, mouthing it to one of the cameramen. This is Comrade doing a little transfer, the RFTA. He's taking it up into the top of the JLP. He's going to do a Superman move now. Football in space.
You're the duck.
Why?
Good evening, Houston.
George.
Good evening, Houston. Good evening, Houston. Good evening, Houston.
This is Mission Control Houston. As you can see, the Express Logistics Carrier number 2 being lifted out of Atlantis' payload bay using the shuttle's robotic arm. You're getting a good look at the entire size of this cargo carrier. It's 16 feet by 14 feet wide. The station's arm is going to latch onto this ELC-2 and then move it out to the station's truss structure to attach it to one of the cargo attachment points out there. The destination for ELC-2 is going to be the upper outboard payload attach system, which is on the starboard truss, the right side of the station.
This is our onboard stationary bike. We use it for a number of reasons. One obviously is to stay healthy. It's good aerobic conditioning. Our strength and conditioning coaches give us an exercise protocol, and we work out on it almost every day. If not the stationary bike, then we work out on the treadmill. We also use it for EVA pre-brief. It's important prior to an EVA for our spacewalk crew member to get rid of as much nitrogen out of their blood system as possible. And we can either do that with an overnight camp in the airlock where they're breathing at reduced pressure and higher concentrations of oxygen, or if time is limited, like today, we can have the crew member exercise on the Cebus bike while breathing oxygen. The combination of exercise and also breathing oxygen helps to get rid of some of that nitrogen out of the blood.
And here's Nicole, who will be helping with the exercise protocol.
Good morning. We are here just outside of the airlock where we're going to be getting Mike and Randy ready to go out for EVA 2. And today we're going to do a little something different with exercise protocol. So they get the joy of riding on the bike for a little while, about 7 minutes, pumping real hard to get that oxygen flowing. And we have a really nice cue card here that we use to keep track of their loads on the bike and their heart rate, and make sure that they work to the... Yeah, I know, I noticed. Mike has very nice loads.
He's a hard-working man.
No wimpy. He's a machine. And so anyway, that'll get them all ready to go out for the EVA today.
Yeah, we're getting ready to move the arm, and Scorch was helping me out a little bit. It's getting ready for the viewing position. Moving the ELC-2 out of the bay. Jeff came to visit us, check on us, see what we're doing. He really came over to get some food.
C-1 is ready to be grappled by the SSRMS. My commander, Charlie Hoball, was a flawless M2, R2. All right. What's next? Check the numbers.
This is Randy and I in the airlock here. We're just finished our comm checks there. You saw my comm cap was working then. Didn't work so well after that, but fixing my hair a little bit. Comrade doesn't have that problem.
Frank and Jeff are actually grappling the ELC. We're going to ungrapple with the robotic arm on the shuttle side and then get ready to do the installation.
He's getting ready to go out on his first EVA. He's in the airlock. He's getting ready to go in the suit. Mike's already in the suit.
All right.
Guys are looking good. Good to go.
We couldn't do it without these guys helping us get suited up in there. There's Comrade going by the aft flight deck window there. You can tell by his stripes on his suit. That's our outstanding EV3. The action on the flight deck during the EVA. Scorch is keeping a watchful eye out there. Yeah, I was kind of peeking around the corner there. This is Randy and I, looks like reinstalling the FPMU after we drug it across the top of the station. This is video from the MRM, okay, they're telling me, so that's actually taking it down, getting ready to translate with it.
Copy on all connectors. You can demate the jet base connectors and the dust cap from P1 panel A115.
That didn't work.
This is a look from one of the external cameras on the International Space Station at the Quest airlock module. Mike Foreman already inside the airlock, connecting up to hardline umbilicals. Randy Bresnik making his way back inside the crew lock hatch.
Additional adjustable.
After the EVA, start pulling off helmets, getting the guys out of the suits.
Yeah, this sometimes is the best part of the EVA, getting back out of the suit. Messed up my hair. Now we got a few more helpers in there because we have the airlock at normal pressure here. Butch is standing on my legs, holding my arms up, pushing me down. It's kind of hard to shake out of this thing. Doing the dance, Butch, doing the dance. It's easier to get in than it is to get out.
Handed it out.
How do you like exercise pre-break?
I like it. Okay.
Better than camper?
Okay, thanks, Bob.
It
seemed like a longer day getting out the door.
That's because you started with camper. Broke camper.
You're going on air to ground 2 for net meeting PMC.
And then finally got
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A few shots of our Russian comrades in the service module. Frank and Nicole saying hi. They're having a little lunch. There's Maxine closest to us. Little fun with chocolate-covered raisins. We are actually in 0G.
This is Mission Control Houston. Again, this is some video that was downlinked by the crew of celebrations on board the International Space Station as Randy Bresnik passed out cigars following the birth of his new daughter, Abigail May. Again, she was born at 11:04 p.m. Central Time on November the 21st, weighing in at 6 pounds 13 ounces, 20 inches in length. Just before the crew began its sleep shift today, Randy Bresnik had an opportunity to do a private family conference talking with his family on the ground about the joyous event.
So, comrade, how does it feel to be a proud new father of a baby girl?
Pretty unbelievable, Bobby. Very thankful that, you know, everything went well on Earth and that everything's gone so well up here. And, you know, in the span of one day, I got to do an EVA for the first time and just amazed and awed at what I was able to see. But, you know, like I said during the EVA, I don't think other than seeing my wife for the first time that I've ever seen anything more beautiful than being outside. But I think once I get to see the pictures today of our new daughter, EVA is going to have to take a third place.
Very well stated, sir. Very well stated. And congratulations from all of us.
Thanks.
All right. Of course, we got to get the celebratory fist bump. All right. Hey, Rebecca, congratulations from Bobby. And also, looks like we got Leland in the house here.
Way to go, Rebecca. You endured some serious, I guess, labor pains and things, but hey, it was all worth it for that beautiful baby girl. And we're up here to congratulate you and Comrade for a beautiful family.
Hello, we're in the Soyuz. Jeff Williams behind the camera. We're aft of the service module on the very back end of the station. We're going to transit all the way through to the shuttle, show you everything from one end to the other. Here we go. This is the Bayo, the top of the Soyuz. Now we're into the service module. The very aft end of the Russian segment. See a lot of the gear, the computers, cameras on the walls. We'll continue forward now. Our next stop will be the first juncture in the Russian segment, where we'll look down first into the docking compartment, and you see a progress cargo transfer there at the bottom. If you look up now, you'll see the brand new Russian segment, the MRM-2, the science module. Got a little bit of gear packed in it for the transit uphill, and they're starting to put it into work now. We're going to turn around, Jeff's taking the lead, and we're in the FGB. A lot of cargo stored in the FGB. A lot of stuff. There's food, storage, some scientific material, stuff behind the walls, of course stuff on the floor here. Little mirror here, place where you can clean up, take a bath. And now we're in the next juncture where we look down into the other Soyuz that is attached. At the very juncture between the FGB and Node 1. Jeff's backing up now into Node 1. Through some more storage area in this PMA-1, this mating adapter. And now we open up into Node 1. You can see Roman here. He's working on A-Red.
Hey, this is me.
And we'll turn around the other way. You can see Randy, Bobby, and Mike working, doing some EMU reconfig. Continuing into the lab. Say hi, Frank.
Hello,
There's our
everybody.
commander, ISS commander.
Hello.
Frank DeWin. Robotics workstations. Cephas, basically a bicycle. Station potty.
Okay, Swanee, I'm with you on page 2, right? And
Coming on
Randy's here
through.
now as well.
Well, there's Bob first.
Saying move
In the flesh. Sitting here in Node 2.
Bobby's column.
From Bobby's column.
Coming up Node 2, of course, a connection for various parts of the station. We'll look this way into Columbus. You can see the station spacewalking suits, the EMUs, are stashed there on the ceiling. Some more storage on the floor. Japanese experimental module, the GEM, with another sleep station on the floor, other things stored here and there. A working laboratory. Come on, we're into the shuttle now, through the primary mating adapter. Making the 90-degree turn. Now we're on the mid-deck. There's our commander, Charlie Holbaugh, Scorch. And now we're continuing up to the flight deck. See the flight deck? Commander seat, pilot seat. We got a couple of seats removed here in the back that we'll have for entry. And then we'll look out the overhead window at station. We certainly hope you've enjoyed your tour from Soyuz to Shuttle. Thanks for all the great work everybody's doing on the ground supporting us. Thank you.
And then it was workout time. There's yours truly, Butch, on the A-Rad, doing a little squats. And there's our illustrious Commander Scorch, pumping about 400 pounds on the bench press. Or maybe it was 40, I can't remember. This is mealtime. The EVA guys are doing a little review for their EVA tomorrow, and then we got everybody together in the Node 1 for our dinner. Fine cuisine. We do want to say thank you to all our food preparation folks. They really do have us some good chow up here. It's tasty and it's good for us as well.
Here we are at the airlock. They're actually down at 10.2 psi. It's a phase they go through to get them prepped for EVA. Not a very good shot here, but what you can see is Nicole and Butch are helping Randy and Bobby get into the suits. It's all a phase to purge the nitrogen out of their system before going to the lower pressure outside. They're at about 4.2 psi in the suit in a 100% oxygen environment. It's a critical phase of prep. They actually spent the whole night at a lower pressure, repressurized, came outside just to get a bite to eat and get ready, go back inside, and now it's suit up time.
This is Mission Control Houston. As you can see inside the Quest airlock, Bobby Satcher being moved into the crew airlock portion of this part of the station. He's being helped along by Commander Charlie Hobaugh and Nicole Stott and Barry Wilmore. Bobby Satcher there at the top left part of your screen. That large white object, that is the high pressurized gas tank that he and Randy Bresnik will be focused on for the first half of today's spacewalk. You're getting a good view of just exactly how big this gas tank is. It weighs more than 1,200 pounds. The entire outside cover is 5 feet by 6.2 feet by 4.5 feet. The actual tank on the inside is about 3 feet in diameter. If you look at the top of the truss, you can see Randy Bresnik with these two Missy 7 suitcases attached to him as he continues to move toward ELC-2, which you see there, and Bobby Satcher down below it.
All right, stop motion. Stop. All right, that's using enough control. Let's rotate it back. Start motion.
Satcher and Bresnik now beginning the delicate process of moving this 1,200-pound oxygen tank around to get it positioned to be attached to the station's robotic arm. The robotic arm will then be used to move it over to Quest.
Ready?
This is a view from Randy Bresnik's helmet cam. You can see his reflection there. The part that he's working on is basically the carrier plate for this Missy 7 experiment. This is where it will be mounted until a future flight when it will be retrieved and brought back home.
You've got to be very, very quiet. Mike's a very busy man. He's right in the middle of IV for EVA 3. Hey, Mike, do you have a minute?
Sure, Scorch.
Tell me how it's going.
It's going well. We're just about to get this tank installed. We got the Missies installed already, and you know, IV, it's the most stressful job in the EVA world.
Absolutely. You're a one-arm paper hanger. Show us your tools, Mike, real quick.
I got WVS cameras over here, keeping tapes running in there. I got counters for sunrise, sunset, the tape counters. I got a PET clock going here. We're right at 2 hours and 15 minutes on the EVA right now.
It's the best thing about being in the orbiters. You got these big old windows you can see them out of, right?
Yeah, that's the best thing. Is the best thing to be able to see is just looking out the windows. We've got nice cameras all around, but best views out the window.
All right, we see it back in the way.
And there goes the station's arm, currently backing away from the high pressurized gas tank.
Very nice work, guys. Perfection on both ends. All right, Bobby.
Its work in this installation is now over.
And we already have Randy getting some of his equipment off right now. He's out of the airlock. Bobby's still waiting on the other end. You see his feet. We go head to foot, foot to head as they come in. Tell us what in the world you guys were doing outside for over 5 hours.
Well, we started out moving some gear, Bobby did, and then went over to this payload bay, grabbed the Missy 7 experiment. Got a tank, put that in on the so the station has more O2. Then we went out and did some jumpers. We did some APFR, some get aheads for other flights. And other than that, we enjoyed the phenomenal view that we got to see.
Yeah, I think the biggest things were the tank and the missies, the missies, which were the material science experiments that Comrade put up on ELC-2, which looks great, by the way. ELCs look great.
Houston, Huntsville, Munich, Scuba, Moscow. Welcome to this change of command ceremony. It has been an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to be able to work with this wonderful crew in Expedition 21, but it's always been an honor and a pleasure to work with all the ground teams in the different control centers. The support that I have received, both from my crew and from the control centers, has been tremendous and magnificent. As the first European commander, it has been a great honor to be able to fulfill this role. And I could have only done this thanks to the help of all my colleagues as well in the European Astronaut Center and all the other European astronauts who have flown before me and who have also shown excellence in their jobs.
We've seen some really cool vehicles show up here, Progress arriving and departing, Soyuz arriving and departing, shuttles arriving and departing, HTV, MPLMs. It's just been a really amazing adventure, and I think the station is better for it, and I'm just really thankful to have had a part in it.
I would like to offer just a little bit of perspective, personal perspective, on where we are today. The first time I visited this orbital outpost, there was 2 modules and no crew on board. We came, it had been flying for a year, the air was stale, it was hot, and obviously no life on board. Shortly after that, that was almost 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago or so. Shortly after that, Expedition 1 launched, and we've had a permanent presence on board the space station now for 9 years, about 9 years. It's been a long and difficult process, and we're here because of the hard work and the program management teams from all the international partners, the training teams, the engineering teams, the ops teams, and all the other folks that have dedicated their lives to this, to developing this space station. We often talk about utilization of the space station, what experiments we're doing. Really, in this orbital outpost, we are the experiment. And I think that the achievements made are a tribute to the team, again, over these long years.
Mommy! Mom, come on, Mom.
Well, think about how it works.
All right, now if you guys can all go back a little bit, and then we'll take transfer item 914.
Wow. Sit on the ground.
See you. Bob?
Barco de hidro.
Yeah. Come on. Be gentle.
All right, ready? Let's transfer them over.
Here we go. Thank you.
Thank her.
Bye.
Bye.
Go Army.
Go Navy.
Go Navy.
Beat Army. I was giving you a chance.
Huh?
I was giving you a chance. Ah.
There you go. I'll get you drivers. I'll be back here for the drivers.
Okay, that's cool. 8 drivers, 8 drivers. Get that out material. We need spec 33 we have. We'll go spec 20 thereafter.
All right, Butch, get ready to undock.
Yes. Undocking. That's it. Oh yeah, that would be me.
I think that's
on the controls, mostly down. Just going to want to fly up. push it down. We'll get up 400 feet and we'll start going all the way around the station.
Yeah,
Hopefully we
how
make
you
it a
gonna
little
do that?
round circle.
How you gonna do that fly around?
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be teamwork. These guys are going to help me out. They're going to shoot and tell us
Can you
the
demonstrate
range.
to us where the fly around is?
Yeah, the fly around is when we go. Yeah, we go.
All right.
The most important thing right now, though, is that Comrade gave me a breath mint. That was a good hint.
They're both driving.
Butch?
Less than 92.
I'm in minus Z.
All right, you good to go, buddy.
Let's do it.
We got pilots.
I see we're in B alt.
B alt.
All right, all the hooks are driving symmetrically. All the hooks closed, lights are out.
Houston in station physical separation. Houston copies. Station copies.
TCS is good.
Okay.
Pedals are clear. I got LVLH.
Okay, your first pulse is at 16.
United States Space Shuttle Atlantis and International Space Station crew member Nicole Stott departing. See you on the ground, Jeff. You bet. Bon voyage.
16 with a .18. Your opening rate is good, Butch.
I like it.
Thank you. All right, we're at greater than 50 feet. Thank you.
The very empty payload bay of the shuttle, as Atlantis has delivered all of its cargo. It's bringing home almost a ton of supplies on the middeck, and it's also bringing home Nicole Stott as she begins the final leg of her journey back to Earth after spending 87 days aboard the station as a member of Expedition 20 and 21.
Let's see. You got a survey? Yeah, pull it down and see what's going on in front of it.
This is 70, 2070.
Did you get a chance to look over?
You got 1735.
Blinkers on TCS, they change
the northern
automatically.
coastline of South America will be
When
beautiful.
you see the monitor?
Your
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Your TCS
Clear, we'll
5,
have,
Butch.
rainfall and
I
air.
still like where I'm at, right on the truss.
Okay. Aruba. Almost 500 feet down.
Yep.
TCS is a
We'll give an
reflective
N.
3.
Get the window edge.
N.
Just do an in?
I'm about to now.
Okay, A or B?
That's an A.
That's an A, okay. Hold what you got. See
it.
that one went 655.
116.
What's your radar been showing you, Butch?
Track the whole
Entry flight controllers here in the Space Shuttle flight control room for the go or no-go for today's deorbit burn that would signal a definite landing at 8:44 a.m. Central Time. He did get the go unanimously from all the flight controllers, saying everything is looking good for orbit for landing. Weather clear and all the systems on the shuttle performing well. And that decision should be relayed up to the crew in just a few minutes. Again, that deorbit burn is going to take place now at 7:37 a.m. Now that we have that go from the flight controllers here in the Space Shuttle Flight Control Room, and that will lead to an 8:44 a.m. Central Time landing. This is the first point in its journey home where it begins experiencing the Earth's atmosphere again. The shuttle's traveling at Mach 25 times the speed of sound, and is at an altitude of a little under 400,000 feet. Temperatures around the shuttle are building up to 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit as Atlantis continues on its course to runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. And as Chris Ferguson just reported up to Commander Charlie Hoball, the shuttle is going to be touching down about 2,400 feet down the runway at a speed of 224 miles per hour or 195 knots. First views here of Space Shuttle Atlantis making its way towards Kennedy Space Center. It's about 7 minutes away from its 8:44 a.m. touchdown, traveling at Mach 3 at the moment, 2,400 miles per hour, still 97,000 feet above Florida.
Houston, if you like it, we'll take air data.
Atlantis, take air data.
Expert, taking air data.
2 air data probes on the left and right side of Atlantis' nose, now gathering atmospheric pressure data for the shuttle's onboard guidance system. They do that by measuring the speed of the wind flowing past the shuttle. Six and a half minutes from Atlantis' touchdown. The shuttle is going 2 times the speed of sound at the moment and is currently 86,000 feet above Florida. Atlantis is approaching the imaginary circle leading towards the runway that's created by the microwave scan beam landing system. That'll allow the commander and pilot to guide the vehicle as it makes its final approach to runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. Commander will be taking control of the shuttle's steering once its speed is dropped below Mach 1. It's below the speed of sound. Atlantis is currently traveling at 2 times the speed of sound.
We actually have the runway in sight now. We'll lose it in a bit.
Copy.
Couldn't have picked a clearer day.
Five minutes now until Atlantis' touchdown. Currently 67.
Atlantis, your energy approaching the hack. No change to the weather. The winds will be all headwind, 12, peak 18. Nominal shoot.
Heard, we copy all 12, peak 18, all headwind. Appreciate it.
Seeing here the same view that the commander and pilot are seeing from their heads-up display as they approach Kennedy Space Center. They'll be performing meeting the heading alignment circle here in just a moment, where they'll be making a 300-degree turn, right-hand overhead turn, to line up with runway 33. Commander Charlie Hobaugh now flying Space Shuttle Atlantis. Now that the shuttle has reached its subsonic speed, it's going now at a rate of 625 miles per hour. Currently 44,000 feet above the ground. Less than 4 minutes now until Atlantis' touchdown.
Atlantis slightly low at the 180.
We copy.
Capcom Chris Ferguson reporting on Atlantis's ground track as it makes its heading alignment circle turn into Kennedy Space Center's runway 33. Shuttle also just announced its arrival at the Space Shuttle landing facility with subsonic booms. Pilot Barry Wilmore now in control of the steering of Space Shuttle Atlantis for a moment. And now back with the commander in charge.
Atlantis, slightly low at the 90.
We agree.
90 degrees left in its heading alignment circle turn before it lines up with the runway. Now 2 minutes away from touchdown on runway 33. Shuttle still going at a rate of 355 miles per hour. It'll be touching down at a rate of 224 miles per hour. 16,000 feet in altitude at the moment.
Hey, Houston, we're field to site.
Copy.
Runway 33 here in view as Commander Charlie Hobaugh lines Space Shuttle Atlantis up for its touchdown in just over 1 minute. Atlantis' speed 356 miles per hour and 6,700 miles above in altitude. Commander Charlie Hobaugh flaring up the shuttle's nose for landing, and as you can see, the main gear of in place. Main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center, wrapping up a 4,490,138 mile flight to the International Space Station.
Houston, Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fueled mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
Begin the post landing. First, thanks.
And here comes the crew. Charlie Bolden, our administrator, Angie Brewer, the flow director, Mike Leinbach, the NASA launch director, Bob Cabana, the director of the Kennedy Space Center. Bob Cabana there. Jerry Ross, astronaut, with the crew out at the runway. So Mike Foreman and Robert Satcher and Lee Melvin all getting off, heading over to Atlantis. Weather out of the runway very pleasant and cool, about 52 degrees, and the wind running about 11 knots. Very pleasant but cool fall day here at the Kennedy Space Center. There's our administrator, Charlie Bolden, also a former astronaut. Butch Wilmore, our pilot, along with Steve Payne, our NASA test director, and Pete Nikolenko, the manager of the NASA test director's office. Out on the runway initially there are about 25 vehicles. There is Randy Bresnik talking with our Kennedy Space Center director Bob Cabana. And Butch Wilmore, Barry Wilmore, also is onto the orbiter talking with some of our senior management. It's our flow director, Angie Brewer. That is astronaut mission specialist Lee Melvin talking with Angie Brewer. Steve Payne, our NASA test director for this flight, along with Butch Wilmore. There's our launch director, Mike Leinbach, talking with Butch Wilmore, and again, NASA test director Steve Payne. See our commander, Charlie Hobaugh, there with our KSC director, Bob Cabana, and astronaut Bob Satcher.
Spread out. Okay, there we go. Where's the camera? Yeah, what time is it anyhow? Still in the morning. Hey, good morning. We wanted to just say a couple words. I don't even know how I can put this, but we really had truly an amazing mission. It was not us. It was not any single group, but it was just an incredible team from all around the nation. Just talking to someone under the vehicle, and it's not about JSC, it's not about KSC, it's not about Marshall, Stennis, any of that. It's one huge integrated team that really makes something like this go. We were lucky. I mean, part of it's luck and part of it's just pure great skill, workmanship in processing Atlantis and getting it ready for us. We had no hitches. We went off on time. We landed on time. The station's an amazing place. I have a cast of 5 around me that truly made my life simple. I did nothing but drive the bus a couple times. These guys did all the work. They were awesome. So I was extremely lucky. Nicole came back with us. She's doing great. She's headed back to see her family, and she did an amazing job on station. Station itself is just incredible, just like the shuttle. It's truly an amazing vehicle, and it's an incredible thrill to be able to participate in something like this. And it can't happen without the tens of thousands of people that pour their hearts and souls into the space program, that support us and make something like this happen. So we just want to thank you all. Appreciate it.
Amen. Thanks.
And the crew now will be going over to the Astrovan for the 20-minute ride back from the shuttle landing facility to the astronaut quarters. And we're in the crew transport vehicle. Crew now boarding the Astrovan, the same one that took them out to launch pad 39A to board Atlantis for the STS-129 mission. And there they go. The astronauts planning to go back to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, landing at Ellington Field on Saturday.
Well, I have to say that I think it just got more beautiful after having spent time there. I did an interview before I left that, well, I guess it's while we were on the shuttle after we'd already undocked, and it was basically the same question. And you know, you think about your impression of things, and I was so overwhelmed by it when we first got there, when I launched on 128 and we approached, and I couldn't imagine thinking that it would be any more beautiful, but it is. And I think that's from spending time inside it, having the chance to do a spacewalk on the outside, and then, you know, just the overall adventure that I had there. I think it impressed me even more as I left. I think, you know, the initial impression just is that as you move, everything else seems to be moving around you, and it's not a spinning, dizzy feel. It's more, if I get up, then everything else seems to, you know, want to move up. Or as I move to the left, everything else seems to be moving to the left. And when we got on the crew transport vehicle, I was sitting there and I kept asking him to stop moving it because it just, you know, it felt like it kept moving. But I think other than that, the main thing was when they opened the hatch, it smelled like fresh, clean fall air. And that was really nice. My family is here. I've gotten to see them. I have the promise of a Coca-Cola and crushed ice and a styrofoam cup and some good food, Thanksgiving leftovers waiting for me upstairs. So I think the start of it is here, and there's also nice warm showers here. So that's a definite luxury that I think I will enjoy for some time. Well, I think it's perfect preparation. We're going back to the space station, so I think I'll feel totally comfortable when we get back there. After living there for 3 months, it was my home. I was living and working there, and I don't think there'll be any adaptation time to that. You know, I'll be able to get right into work with that. As far as the shuttle experience goes, since I was really just transported to and from station on the space shuttle, I didn't go through all of the shuttle training that the rest of the crew did. So I have some work to do there, I think, in terms of getting up to speed as a full-blown shuttle crew member. But I definitely think this experience with Expedition 20 and 21 has prepared me to successfully support that. I think, you know, the overall experience had to do with the crew I was with. And I started out with 5 other guys, 2 of which that went home shortly after I was there, Mike Barrett and Gennady Podolka, both wonderful people I knew from training before. And then after that, Max Sarayev and Jeff Williams showed up, 2 more people that I know very well from the ground, and Frank and Bob and Ramon, the same. And we spent a lot of time training together. And I think, you know, just the fact that as a crew we were successful, we did have a lot of things go on. HTV, I think, stands out probably as the, you know, the most, to me, I don't know if I want to say the word interesting, but the most different and, you know, new thing that went on with the space station. And the fact that Frank and Bob and I had trained so long on the ground to work that HTV track and capture and then all of the robotic operations with it afterwards, the fact that we got to actually perform that on orbit together, I think was definitely one of the highlights for me. Everything I did with hardware here at KSC, with knowing how dedicated the people are that are working on the hardware, it prepares you. I mean, you feel like you have an intimate relationship with not only the people here at the Space Center, but with the hardware itself. And I think that, you know, I felt good every step of the way. You know, from launch through landing, I, you know, felt good about the hardware and the people that had prepared it for me. So I think it was a definite, you know, probably #1 on the list of making me ready. I'd like to say I'm thankful. I'm thankful to all the people here at KSC, at JSC, and across all of the NASA centers, and as well as around the planet, you know, all of our international partners, because I think the space station program, you know, from the international standpoint, has done a lot for us globally outside of just a space station program. And the relationship that I had with the training people that I worked with the mission control, as well as with my crew, I think proves that, you know, globally and internationally we can cooperate and make very good things happen.
Runway 33 here in view as Commander Charlie Hobaugh lines Space Shuttle Atlantis up for its touchdown in just over 1 minute. Atlantis' speed 356 miles per hour and 6,700 miles in altitude. Clearing up the shuttle's nose for landing, and as you can see, the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center, wrapping up a 4,490,138 mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fueled mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
flaring up the shuttle's nose for landing, and as you can see, the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. Wrapping up a 4,490,138 mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fueled mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
Flaring up the shuttle's nose for landing, and as you can see, the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. Wrapping up a 4,490,138 mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fueled mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
Charlie Hobart flaring up the shuttle's nose for landing, and as you can see, the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. Wrapping up a 4,490,138 mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Ground track as it makes its heading alignment circle turn into Kennedy Space Center's runway 33. Shuttle also just announced its arrival at the Space Shuttle landing facility with subsonic booms. Pilot Barry Wilmore now in control of the steering of Space Shuttle Atlantis for a moment. And now back with the commander in charge.
Atlantis, slightly low at the 90.
We agree.
90 degrees left in its heading alignment circle turn before it lines up with the runway. Now 2 minutes away from touchdown on runway 33. Shuttle still going at a rate of 355 miles per hour. Will be touching down at a rate of 224 miles per hour. 16,000 feet in altitude at the moment. Runway 33 here in view as Commander Charlie Hobaugh lines Space Shuttle Atlantis up for its touchdown in just over 1 minute. Atlantis is speed 356 miles per hour and 6,700 miles above in altitude. Hobaugh clearing up the shuttle's nose for landing, and so you can see the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Hobaugh clearing up the shuttle's nose for landing, and so you can see the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center. wrapping up a 4,490,138-mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-fueled mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
Commander Charlie Hobaugh now flying Space Shuttle Atlantis. Now that the shuttle has reached its subsonic speed, it's going now at a rate of 625 miles per hour. Currently 44,000 feet above the ground. Less than 4 minutes now until Atlantis is touchdown.
Atlantis slightly low at the 180.
Capcom Chris Ferguson reporting on Atlantis's ground track as it makes its heading alignment circle turn into Kennedy Space Center's runway 33. Shuttle also just announced its arrival at the Space Shuttle landing facility with subsonic booms. Pilot Barry Wilmore now in control of the steering of Space Shuttle Atlantis for a moment. And now back with the commander in charge.
Atlantis slightly low at the 90.
90 degrees left in its heading alignment circle turn before it lines up with the runway. Now 2 minutes away from touchdown on runway 33. Shuttle still going at a rate of 355 miles per hour. Will be touching down at a rate of 224 miles per hour. 16,000 feet in altitude at the moment.
Houston, we're field site.
Copy.
Runway 33 here in view as Commander Charlie Hobaugh lines Space Shuttle Atlantis up for its touchdown in just over 1 minute. Atlantis' speed 356 miles per hour and 6,700 miles above in altitude. Charlie Hobaugh clearing up the